Come back to the channel. So here we are in paradise, working away. Well, some of us are. I guess I'm working if I'm holding the phone talking to you guys, aren't I? Doing something. Potatoes, peeling potatoes. Good on you, Florence. This is Christoph, but we're going to call him Chris because it's easier to remember. Chris it is. Sewer Chris. Sewer. He's sewer. It's painting, making the place look a lot cleaner. Very good. So, renting versus buying. What do you do? Do you rent in Madagascar or do you buy in Madagascar? Right, let's look at buying first. Yeah? You want to buy a plot of land, build a 3-bedroom house with a swimming pool on a nice plot, right? It's going to cost you about $100,000, I reckon, to build this. Maybe even a little tiny bit more, but let's go on 100,000. You can build yourself a reasonable house with a little swimming pool, landscape your garden, build a wall around it, put a gate on, maybe even throw an air conditioning unit in, and some tiles and stuff like that for the flooring. Make the place nice. $100,000. I reckon you're going to be there, right? Now, you're going to have repair costs. Obviously, once you've built it, you're going to have to keep it maintained, painting it, looking after it. It's not cheap. It doesn't cost nothing, so you're going to have to do that. And I reckon it's going to be about $300. Roofs and that can end up like knackered in Madagascar fast, and that you have to replace them. It costs a lot of money. Painting and decorating needs it doing every few years. Electrical, the light switches are always breaking, or you need a new consumer unit like this, or something's gone wrong with it. The water pipes, they end up with holes in them, or they end up damaged, or something like that, you know. Blocked. Your cesspit, you need to empty it every now and again. Like the cesspit here, that's underneath here, comes down here underneath these steps and goes to this one here. But this one started leaking, and there was water, dirty water everywhere. So we've had to design a new system here, so it comes out of that one, the water from the top, fills up at the top, and then comes out of a pipe there, and it goes down into a dead deep hole there, and then concrete over that. It all costs money. You got to keep maintaining your properties, right? So I'm saying $300 a month to maintain your property. Then you want staff. You need a cleaner to look after your house. You might need another guy to do little bits of maintenance, do the garden, open the gate for you, whatever it is, right? And then you're going to have, on top of that, you're going to have your electric and your water. Now, if you've got a swimming pool, you're going to use a lot of water and a lot of electric, right? I'm saying, to be safe, $100 a month. I've never paid $100 for an electric bill myself, and I've lived in some nice houses. But $100 a month covers it for electric and water. Then you can have Wi-Fi into the property and television, so you're comfortable. You've got everything. You don't even need to leave home. Everything's there, right? That's another $100 for your television programs to watch, like the satellite TV and the Wi-Fi. So you're looking at paying $100,000 to build the place, and then $600 a month to maintain it, right? If you're looking at renting, you're going to be looking at $600 a month just to rent that house for a 3-bedroom house with a pool. We're going to be looking at $600. The staff is the same at $100 a month. Then you've got the bills are going to be the same at $100 a month. The Wi-Fi and the TV is going to be the same at $100 a month. But obviously, the difference is when you buy and own the property, you've got the repair and upkeep of $300. When you rent the property, you've got the rent of $600. So it's $900 a month for everything. That's your staff, your bills, your house, everything. $900 a month to rent. To buy, $600 a month for maintenance and bills. So there you go. That's that. Now, what would I do? Now, let's look at buying, right? If you buy land, it's possible that the paperwork's bad and it gets taken away from you. It's possible. Or you have to pay a lot of money through a notary and a estate agent to buy the land, and you're paying foreigner money to buy that. Whereas you can buy, like, off the Madagascar direct, and they've got a full book, you can take that full book to the government office and say, is this real, this paperwork? Is this real? Is it a real full book? Is it really owned by this person? Can I buy this land? They say yes. You get a piece of paper off the government which says, yeah, they own the land on this date. You then take that piece of paper to a notary, a solicitor. The solicitor then looks over the paperwork. He checks it out and he says, yeah, this guy owns the land, this guy wants to buy the land. He acts as a middleman in the transaction on the paperwork. So if there's ever a problem, you can come back to the lawyer, and he works with the justice system. So the justice system aren't going to go against him. So people don't take notaries to the justice and say, I want that, you stole my land. It's not done like that, right? So you're covered. But to do that, you're going to pay a pretty penny for the land, right? Then you need to build a house. And that's not going to be the easiest task, to build a house in Madagascar. It's hard to find the right staff. It's hard to build houses in Madagascar sometimes. It can take months and months and months to build a house and finish it. So there you go. Personally, I think if you're going to go for a little cheap house in the south of Tulia, you can rent one for maybe $100 a month. I'd do that. I'd rent them for $100 a month in the south and that. If you're going to live in the south and you want like a 2-bedroom house, you can build one for maybe 10 grand. Right, so it's worth building a house for 10 grand. Yeah, if you're playing about with big houses, expensive prices that are luxury houses, I would always go to rent them. Save that $100,000, because just imagine you save the $100,000 instead of spending it to build a house. You save that. You just put it directly into the S&P 500, the America top 500 companies, through a stock. Into a stock, and put the whole 100 grand into it, right? So you got loads of shares of the S&P 500. Do it with Vanguard, and you're done. You're done. Just and then you can just collect 8% every year, on average return, right? I think it could be more, but let's go for 8%. That's going to give you like a devilish number of $666 a month, right? Knock that $666 off your rent, because you obviously, if you spend it on the house, 100,000, it's gone, isn't it? You've spent it. It's in bricks, and like, I can't take a brick wall here that I own and swap it for tomatoes. I can't do it, right? So once that 100 grand's into that land, you've lost that 100 grand until you sell that land and sell that property. So it's going to cost you, by the time you deduct the 666 off the 900, it's going to leave $234, right? So you're left with $234 that you need to find to rent, yeah? And then you've got no problems. You don't have to find $600 a month to keep your property up and running, but you don't have the chance that your property might go up in value over time. You can't hand the property down to your kids if you rent, yeah? So you're going to lose out on those things, but you're going to gain, because you can move house anytime you want. If there's a problem, you can move house. So there you go. That's it for this video. Renting versus buying. If you're gonna build a small house, if you want a small house to live in on a small plot, buy a small plot and build a small house that you can risk losing 20 grand. If you're gonna throw big money into Madagascar, €100,000 plus, I'd rent. There you go. Thanks for watching. Bye bye from sunny Nosy Be Island, Madagascar.